Mother Superior lit these torches when she sat in her office on dark nights.
Hello, Lily. You're not going to play with fire, are you? Of course you don't want that. You know that Mother Superior has forbidden it.
Something weird was happening here.
Well done, Lily. I've heard everything I wanted to hear. Mother Superior's obviously gone gaga. I'd already suspected that. Now hurry. Come to me in the secret room. There's a hidden door in the dark corner in front of the office, right next to the fireplace outside.
Yes.
Oh, damn. Of course you can't make any light. You're not allowed to play with fire. I'd completely forgotten about that. One moment. Let me think. I think I have an idea. There isn't any way to break through a block created by hypnosis. Unless you get hypnotized again. It's risky, but you could put yourself in a trance and fight the block directly in your own subconscious. But be warned, the world inside of a trance is an eerie place. It's like a parallel universe that only exists in your mind. Traversing it without the guidance of a trained hypnotist has its dangers, and the blocks created by the doctor will probably appear as powerful demons that you can only defeat in a mental duel. Did you understand all that? You don't have to. Not yet. Just use the stuffed rabbit to hypnotize yourself. Once you're in a trance, look for the inner demon that's preventing you from making a fire, and destroy him.
The funny rabbit with the glowing eyes was sitting indifferently on the chair. Maybe Lily would be allowed to play with him for a while.
You must not play with fire, Woogie.
Oogie.
Woogie.
With the rabbit's help, Lily had returned into a trance. At first glance, everything had seemed unfamiliar and strange. Completely alone, she cowered inside a cold cave that was illuminated by the giant, suspicious eye of Mother Superior. So there really wasn't much difference to reality. Lily would lose this staring contest. It was a wooden club, like Lily had heard about in stories about the Stone Age, trolls, and baseball players. Lily would have liked to look around, but she didn't want to risk being seen by Mother Superior's giant eye.
Ow! The dust! My eye's burning! Who was that? Oh, it's burning! Just wait! When I find whoever's flinging all that dirt around, they're in for a nasty surprise.
Mother Superior closed her tearing eyes. Lily could move unobserved for now.
Ah! My eye's burning!
Lily could hardly believe her eyes. A real cylinder. Right on top of the head of the talking snowman.
The fireplace is closed. Good children don't play with fire. And you're a good child, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
You see? There's no reason why well-behaved girls like you should have anything to do with burning objects.
But
Not one. Got it?
Lily wasn't convinced. Garrett had said she should use the fire to make light. That seemed to be a good reason to her, but how was she ever going to convince the demon of this?
Hey, hands off. I need that cylinder. You'd understand if you stood around all day in the cold with a bald head.
Lily had enough ribs. They were easy to count, but Mother Superior had forbidden it because it ruined her appetite. Either bone collectors were hunting big animals here, or someone had started making a prehistoric loom. After dealing with the curtain, Mother Superior had apparently taken her contact lenses out. Strange. In the real world, Mother Superior wore glasses. But in the real world, Mother Superior wasn't 50 feet tall either, so it was probably fine. Either bone collectors were, or someone had started making a prehistoric loom. Lily had enough ribs. They were easy to, but either bone collectors were hunting big animals here, or someone had started making a prehistoric loom.
My goodness, what's that? What's that strange smell? It doesn't smell like carrots, that's for sure. That's fire! Ah, I'm burning! Take off my hat! Take it off!
Lily wasn't quite sure. She wasn't actually allowed to play with fire.
Now do something, Lily. Take off my hat. Take it off. Thanks, Lily. You saved me. Now you see the damage that fire can do. It's best not to touch it.
Lily was a little contrite. Apparently the snowman hadn't learned anything.
What's happening now? Hey, stop that. No, don't. No.
Lily had put out the fire, just like the snowman had told her to. Hopefully, he now realized that there were quite appropriate situations where one could play with fire.
Congratulations! Lily has acquired a new skill. She can now get around the ban on playing with fire. All she has to do is cancel it in her new Don'ts menu by clicking on it with the left mouse button. Keep this option in mind. Throughout the game, Lily will learn to bypass many other restraints using this technique. But keep in mind that only one ban can be revoked at a time.
Hello, Lily. You're not. Of course. You know that Mother's.
Something weird was happening. With the help of the torch, Lily could finally inspect the mysterious bracket. What a surprise! It was a torch bracket, but there was still no trace of the promised secret passage. There had to be a secret passage there somewhere. It was true! A secret passage! Garrett was right once again.
Lily, you did it! Perfect! I think you're finally ready to know the truth. Well, where should I start? Maybe I should introduce myself first. My full name is Chief Deputy Garrett Gordon Gardengore. I'm an undercover investigator for the Juvenile Department. I took a position in the convent as a cover to observe Mother Superior. My assignment is to uncover evidence proving her educational methods violate youth protection laws. But Dr. Marcel is an even bigger fish to fry. Compared to him, Mother Superior is a saint.
Lily could hardly believe what she was hearing. But now it all made sense. The secret room, the listening devices, and the strange voices she kept hearing at night. It was all coming together to form a coherent, overall picture.
Let me finish. As I said, Dr. Marcel is a much bigger fish. The police has been after him for a while. He's suspected of using illegal therapy methods that rob children of their childhood. And the hypnosis he subjected you to confirms this suspicion. Before you ask me any questions, let me quickly tell you one more thing about the hypnosis. This Harvey hypnosis is the doctor's devilish invention. He apparently uses this stuffed rabbit to force his will on you. If we want to get out of here, then you're going to have to fight the behavioral rules he's installed inside you. You can also take on the other behavior blocks, just like you did the one stopping you from playing with fire. But it means you'll have to put yourself back in a trance. The first challenge will be leaving the school grounds. Mother Superior has forbidden you from doing this. And because of the behavior block, you're incapable of being disobedient. The solution is to once again fight the block while you're in a trance. We have to tackle the problem at its source. Call the police? Ha! Lily, I am the police. I can help you and get you to safety. We just have to get off the school grounds somehow. I think the best way is to follow in your friend Edna's footsteps. But first, I want to answer any questions you have. So? No questions? How disappointing. Oh well, okay. Let's go to the tree swing.
A real treasure chest. It was hard to tell, but Lily was actually speechless. In the meantime, Lily had collected many little treasures, but no treasure was as important to her as her friendship with Edna. Actually, the ball of wool should have stayed in the treasure chest for all eternity as a symbol of friendship, but Lily was running out of options.
Hello, Lily. You're not trying to leave the school grounds, are you? You know that Mother Superior has forbidden it. And you do know you must not contradict adults. It's possible to have lots of fun without defying the rules set by adults. We could sort your marbles according to colors. Or come up with a counting rhyme for folding laundry.
No matter how tempting the funny rabbit suggestions were, Lily had to get through the fence and find Edna.
What do you have there? Can I see it?
Woo!
A ball of wool! Yippee! But that's...
Woogie. Woogie. Woogie.
With the rabbit's help, Lily had returned into a trance. In the distance, she could see the giant Mother Superior stomping around in front of her cave. And over there, where in reality had been a huge gap in the fence, there was now a cobweb with a giant spider in the center. This had to be the second demon for her to defeat. A giant spider was blocking the path leading down from the mountain. Its eyes were flashing belligerently. Maybe it wanted to be petted.
Didn't anyone ever tell you that you're not allowed to leave the school grounds? You must not contradict adults. But since you're such a good girl, you already know that.
Lily did indeed know this, but Garrett had also told her that she was no longer safe here in the convent. Suddenly, adult rules seemed rather nonsensical to Lily. How could she convince the spider demon that even Mother Superior wasn't always right? The tar pit was bubbling invitingly. Unfortunately, Lily didn't have time for a bath. Between all the gnawed-on human bones was a rib that reminded Lily of a unicorn's horn. Lily was delighted. Lily was curious whether this would have any effect. When Lily saw how Mother Superior took the spider in her arms, her heart melted. Suddenly, Mother Superior no longer seemed so big and grown up. She emerged from her trance with a blissful smile on her lips. Lily had overcome her second behavioral block. She might still only have been able to ignore one rule, but it was better than nothing. It was already dusk when Lily set off down the convent hill.
You're late. Where have you been all this time? Save it. Save it. There's a time for words and a time for action. And there's a third time. The time for sitting at the police station and filling out forms. And that time has come. What now? Don't say anything. You want your girlfriend. What's her name? Oh, Edna, right? I could tell right away that that girl meant overtime. But if she's still alive, I'll probably have to take care of this too. Although I think it's much more likely that Dr. Marcel has already found her and used a wood chipper to turn her into pig feed. If that's the case, I'll find that out too. So don't worry about your little girlfriend anymore. Why do I always have to be so damn compassionate? It's a curse. Oh well. Wait here while I investigate a few things. I'll watch the path to the institution. Maybe I'll learn something that way. If I discover anything, I'll give you a signal. I'll make an owl call. Ooh, ooh, or something like that. You won't miss it. Wait here for me. I'm sure it will only take a few hours.
Lily was immensely relieved that Edna's fate was now in the hands of this exceptionally competent youth investigator. However, she would have liked to have shown him the map with the directions to Edna's hiding place. But Garrett had already disappeared. Lily risked a glance at the map. She could see Moor Lake from here. Edna's hiding place couldn't be that far.
You're not planning on running into the moor after dark, are you? Don't you know how dangerous that is? You must not hang around dangerous places. There are so many other nice places for children to visit. The Agricultural Museum, for example, or the Job Information Center at the Employment Office.
Lily was starting to think that the funny stuffed rabbit wasn't so funny after all. She stubbornly risked another look at the map.
You must not hang around dangerous places. I'm sorry. I certainly didn't want to startle you. We're friends, after all, and friends don't play pranks on each other.